So before we jump into the tips, this is actually just a little bit of history about my journey. So I started transitioning. My last perm was December of 2013. Here we were a couple months into the transitioning phase. A year later, March 2015, I went ahead and cut off all my transitioning ends. 2 years later, here we are, nice, healthy, and longer. And then we have present day, August 2017, and here we are flourishing in our glory. If you like to see how I made this possible, keep watching. Okay, so probably one of the main things I had to become comfortable with was focusing more so on the health of my hair over the length. I was one of those people who was kind of obsessed with the length of my hair, which is why I transitioned. I never big chopped, was because I love my length. I couldn't let it go. But once you focus on the health of your hair, the length will automatically come. Length is not everything, because if you have unhealthy long hair, you have nothing, okay? You have nothing. So I had to tell myself that. I was like, okay, if my hair is long and unhealthy, I'm gonna start all the way over anyway, because this is not what I want. So I had to focus on healthy hair, and the length it automatically came over time. I promise you, you focus on your hair being healthy, you will get that length. People think their hair just doesn't grow. No, your hair is growing. Your hair is growing from your scalp. Now, some people's hair may grow faster than others. That has to do with genetics, how fast your hair actually is growing. But regardless how fast, it is growing. The thing is, you're not retaining length. Most likely that's the problem. So your hair goes out your scalp, but these ends right here, honey, they're breaking off. So you never see any difference in your length. So to you, it's as if your hair is not growing. So there is a difference. A lot of people don't know that. They want to say, oh, my hair does not grow. That's not true. You're just not retaining length one way or another. Now, protective styling was definitely my best friend from the very beginning, from transitioning phase to now. Like, literally, in the beginning when I was like, okay, this is difficult, these two textures, I'm fed up with it, I'm just gonna throw it up, whatever. And even now, sometimes when I'm like, I do not feel like doing this, I'm gonna cut it off, or you feel like you're gonna perm it, whatever the case is, you're just fed up, you can't take it, just cover it up, sis. Just cover it up. You braid this bad boy down, you throw a wig on, you get you a sew-in, you get you some box braids, whatever you gotta do, just cover it up, okay? Forget about it. Just cover it up, put it away, and we'll try again in about a week or a month or whenever you're ready, okay? Just please, before you cover it up, make sure you moisturize it real good and all that good stuff, because you know you still want to take care of it. You still want it to be nice when you take that extra hair out, but just put it up, put it away. Don't stress over it. You just need a break, you know? You guys, you just need some time apart. That's all you need. And then after that time apart, you'll grow to love it again, and everything will be good as new. At least that's what happened with me. Transitioning, and even now, I still this thing, me and Puff Puff, you know, we go through it sometimes, and you know, sometimes we need some time apart, and the distance only makes us grow stronger in the long run. Yeah. Stop the heat. Stop it. Just stop altogether, okay? Now, if that's difficult for you, I can understand. When I had permed hair, I was straightening my hair all the time. I did not know how else to wear it. It was straight heat. After I washed it, blow dried it, straightened it, and that's how it was. Every day, all day long, like just heat. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. But once I started transitioning, we cut the heat out automatically. I did not put a straightener to my head any more than maybe twice a year, if that. That's just me, a personal preference. Once I got away from heat, I just never went back. I do know there's a lot of naturals who straighten their hair often, regularly, and their hair is perfectly healthy. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's completely up to you. Again, this is just how I returned to healthy hair. I decided to stay away from heat. because I didn't want to relapse. You know, you get too comfortable and then using heat all the time, you get dependent on it. I could see myself doing that. So I'm just like, nope. We're gonna cut it out altogether and not have to worry about it. And yeah, so I had to learn that. So you know, even us G's, we run into some hiccups sometimes, some speed bumps along the way. As OG naturals, we mess up too. It's all good. It's a continuous learning journey. So let's talk about trimming your hair. Now, when I was transitioning, I got maybe a ½ inch to an inch cut off maybe every 3 to 4 to 5 months. It just kind of varied, guys. I'm really bad with the set schedule and set times when it comes to my hair because I listen to my hair. That's just the way it has to be. My hair has a mind of its own. I do what it says. So if my hair seems like it's ready for a trim, it's ready for a trim. If your ends get really frizzy, you know, they look really scruffy, really raggedy, you know what your ends look like. You know your hair. You know when it's time for a trim. I can't say you need to do it 4 times a year, 2 times a year. And sometimes I may even only do it 1 time a year. It depends on my hair. But I definitely will say this, you don't want to walk around with scraggly, split ends, thinking that you're going to see the length, because you're not. All that's going to happen is that strand of hair is going to continue to split up the shaft of your hair, and it's never going to actually get any longer because it's continuously splitting and breaking off. So it is very important not to hold on to any dead ends, but you don't want to overly trim either. Your hair is only going to grow what? I think it's like a ½ inch a month on average. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that, I think. But anyway, so if you're constantly cutting it off every couple months, you're not going to see any length either because you're getting rid of everything. So you got to kind of listen to your hair and find a fair medium and figure out what works for you. Speaking of finding what works for you, that's another thing. You have to learn your hair. Now, when you do your research on natural hair, you're going to see all kinds of naturals talking about all kinds of things, and that's great, okay? You want to do your research, but what you don't want to do is try to mirror someone else's regimen, because your hair is completely different from her hair or his hair, their hair. Like, you have to find what works for your hair. You have to listen to your hair. That's why I'll never say or tell you guys when you ask me how often do I do this. I'll never say, like, I'll say how often I do it, but for you it might be completely different. I might only wash my hair once a month, depending on what I do with my hair in that month. The next month I might wash it twice a week, every week of the month. It just depends. So I can't really tell you guys what to do with your hair. It's your hair. You gotta find what works for you. Moisture, protein, balance. So you gotta balance out there too. Try to balance it all out. You gotta balance it out, okay? You got to. Because if you got more of one than the other, your hair's gonna fall out. It is. It's gonna fall out, sis. Okay, maybe it won't fall out. It won't fall out, but you know, it could very well break off. At least mine would, because my hair's stubborn. But the video I just did not so long ago, a couple weeks ago, about the protein treatment on my friend's hair, that was basically the protein part. Then as far as moisture, you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but the lock method, the LOC method, liquid oil conditioner, I actually do it a little bit backwards. I do liquid conditioner oil, the LCO method instead, because that's what my hair likes. But either way, it's a method used to retain moisture. So between those two things, protein and moisture, you want to find the nice balance in the middle. You don't want to over protein, you don't want to over moisturize. You gotta be right there in the middle. Once you find that fair medium, that's gonna help you retain your length as well. That's gonna help those ends really strengthen. They're gonna hold in there tight. They're not going anywhere. So you're gonna start to see that growth, and your hair overall is going to be healthy. And finally, deep conditioning. Deep conditioning is like a spa day for your hair, okay? You need to treat your hair. You just got to. We all love spa days, right? Your hair loves them too. So you've got to deep condition. Deep conditioning was huge for me. Even when transitioning, honestly, because my transitioning hair was very, very brittle, very, very dry, just horrible. So I had to keep it conditioned in order for it not to just all fall out. Like literally, it was so sensitive. I had to keep it conditioned. Now with my natural hair, same thing, especially because I wear my ends out when I'm not wearing protective styles. My ends are not protected in this pup. They're not tucked in, so they're exposed to whatever atmosphere I'm in. So as the surroundings are dry, my hair is gonna dry out. I have to be very, very careful. So deep conditioning is a must. All right, and I think those are probably the main things, at least for me, that really helped and aided me and kept me going throughout my whole journey. I really hope this helps you guys out. If you have any more tips or tricks that helped you, please comment them below. That way we can all kind of share best practices and help each other out in this journey. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please like it, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what else you guys want to see, and I'll see you in the next video.
Did they tell you about my struggle? Why they question my accomplishments like I ain't deserving? Did they tell you how I started this? That I like my men, how I like my pockets?